welcome to all of you for being here this evening. It's 7:15, the beginning of a new league year. Are you ready to act, to make an impact? Let me say that again, it wasn't quite enough. Are you ready to act and make impact? Well, the fact of the matter is, our league indeed is on the move to help folks find their voice, which is their vote. Now, before we move any farther, speaking of acting, I would like to ask all of the guests to please rise, all of the guests who are here tonight. I know there are several of you. Come on, let's see it, let's see it. Woo-hoo! Thank you very much, and guests, you'll have a chance to see what we're up to. If you like it, we'd love you to join. And we have membership forms out there. Now, there are 6 things tonight that need your special attention. And number 1, speaking of joining, is rejoining. We know who you are. No, actually. Anita does. Our year started July 1. Those of you who just haven't quite managed to rejoin, do it tonight. Anita, where are you? Please, let's see a show of hands. Well, I don't know, she must be outside. She's out. Okay, she's outside. Anita is taking money already outside. Anita Kaiser, our treasurer. Second item, as you can see, we have a wonderful line of committee action tables. This shows what they're doing and where they need your helps. And one down here, in fact, 2 of them, have items for sale. Don't miss out. Number 3, we have dynamite programs coming up for this fall. And Marcia, would you please take the other microphone and tell us all about it?
Hi everyone. Do begin to put this on your calendar. For those of you who are guests who have not been to league programs, we always have our general membership meetings on the first Saturday at Atonement Lutheran Church, except for September, which is right around a holiday. So it will be the 2nd of September, and people were saying to me, oh, I loved last year, we had such wonderful programs, so it's very exciting for us. There are 2 of us planning programs, or responsible for planning programs. We get an awful lot of other people involved. Let me have Marty stand up. I want you to know that we have our first male board member. Marty and I are so give him credit for these. So I do want you to know the very first event that we will be having in September, and that will be the Constitutional Convention, an overview and the risks. And one of the things that I've been liking very much about League is I am learning so much. I had no idea until this spring that there was such a risk of constitutional conventions. So the speaker will be Mark Johnson, who is a KU professor. He is a specialist in law on the First Amendment, and he is also one of the founders of the Denton's Law Firm in Kansas City, Missouri. Seal King, who is the co-vice president of Kansas League, will also be joining him. And you will find out more about what the Constitutional Convention proposal is, how far we are with it, what the risks are, what League feels, and what this specialist, particularly on the First Amendment, will have to say about it. The second one is someone said, oh, they've heard Mark speak, and he is just a wonderful speaker. The second person who is going to be presenting is Patrick Miller. And Ann Norberry, who's here, heard Patrick speak at a consensus meeting and immediately called and said, we have to have this guy in the program. So Patrick is speaking. He is a KU professor, political science, and his specialty is research, particularly research on voting. And so he will be talking about what we know, what we don't know, what the research is telling us in terms of voting. And we have some of our members and some of our leaders sending me emails saying, we want him to talk about this, we want him to talk about that, we want him to talk about this. So he will be talking about it. And we will also, at that time, give you an opportunity to hear a little bit more about our own League of Women Voters strategic work in voting for this year. We'll also hear from Mainstream, their voter-to-voter program, and then I think maybe also Consensus that did a very small study in Wyandotte County among 18 to 26 years old to get them involved in voting. So that's the one that is coming up then in, what is it? September, October, November. And then the one for November, now we're almost ready to vote then, and so this one is Power Up Your Advocacy. The votes cast, now is the time to really become an advocate. We have two extraordinary specialists who are going to be talking and working with us. One is Paul Johnson. He is a legislative aide and he's also an organic farmer. And he specializes in helping the League stay in touch with legislative issues. And the second one is a man who has coached me for the past 7 or 8 years in advocacy. His name is Stuart Little. Stuart happens to be the legislative advisor to the Shawnee Mission School District, to the city of Lenexa, to the, where else is Paul here? To the Shawnee Mission School Districts, as I said, the county, Johnson County government, the city of Merriam, and the city of Lenexa, and the organization that I worked with for the past 14 years, Oral Health Kansas. His office is just right, thank you, Amber's on the board. So his office is right down the way, and so we have incredible speakers for you for the next 3 events that are coming up. So thank you, we'll see you all there.
And I do want to say, Marcia, if you don't mind, we have a poster up here, more information about those 3 programs, so take a look as you are floating around. And another thing about this evening, we have over on the monitor a really nice video courtesy of Amber Stenger about what's going on in League land at the national level. Now, before we go any farther, there is an issue that really deserves our special attention, and those are those of you in this room who have run or are running or are in public office. Would you please stand? Anyone who is in a public elected office running for same? Thank you so much, because you have the interest, the commitment, and the stamina that some of the rest of us don't, won't, and wouldn't. And I also want to say that another group that needs particular appreciation, those of you on August 7th, election workers, a long, hectic, crazy day. Would you please all stand? Those of you who work, thank you so much. We can only hope it's better in November. And finally, folks, tonight, another comment to make here, final comment, is that this evening, members, we are all greeters. So please, someone you don't know, someone you haven't met before, a face that's unfamiliar, maybe you just have a senior moment, whatever it is, please chat with folks while you're here in this session tonight. But we finally move to the stars for the evening. And they are our outreach committee chairs, the ones who make this league make a difference. And so I would like to have all of you come up here, because you each are going to have a little bit of time, and it's going to save time. If I could please have Amber Stenger,